Hey guys, how's it going today? Today I'm going to be bringing you my initial thoughts on Battlefield 1 and if whether or not I think it's worth purchasing now or if you should wait on it to drop a little bit in price. Now, I'm not going to call this a formal review because honestly, I've only had the time to play multiplayer and haven't even had a chance to touch the campaign. And while I have been playing multiplayer, I've only played a few games of Rush, but what's been really taking a lot of my time is the Operations game mode. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the Operations game mode, it's essentially a combination of Rush and Conquest. There are some things that differentiate it, however. There's currently four different operations to choose from, and each one represents a different battle or like a scenario in World War One. Now, what differentiates this game mode from Rush and Conquest is you have different sectors in the map, and you have attackers and defenders. As the attackers push forward, they have tickets, and they have to push the different sectors. Now, if the defenders are able to push back or hold the attackers from being able to take the points, they have two additional chances to come back, and they're reinforced with a special unit. And this depends on which game in the operations playlist you're going. There's currently a Zeppelin or an airship, and there's also a dreadnought destroyer as well as a armored train. And to me, this is just a refreshing change from the typical team deathmatch and capture the flag that you see in most modern FPS shooters. And getting into the gameplay itself, this is a very refreshing and unique experience for me and a good change of pace, at least for me, in modern shooters. A lot of the guns in the game feel rather crude and unrefined, whether the gun has a magazine that comes out of the top of the gun or if a majority of the guns, especially for the medic class, are semi-automatic. And even a lot of the guns don't have sights besides just their iron sights that come on them. And you don't have those crazy high rate of fire SMGs, which for me are a real big frustration, where someone will pop around a corner and just kill you instantly. But I also love the atmosphere of this game and why I think I've been really addicted to the Operations game mode. You actually feel like you're in a war zone, and especially in Operations, you feel like what you're doing actually has some impact. And I think the whole story that it kind of goes along into the operations really helps to drive home this war zone atmosphere that they're going for. And another thing to also note that this was something that for me was a huge benefit to it was how destructible a lot of the buildings were. For me in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, I was really excited when DICE was announcing how like the destructible environments, but to me they never felt fully honestly destructible because you had the couple buildings that you could blow up, but besides that it was kind of few and far between. And then also, just going on throughout the game, the styles and visuals of this game that to me, when I first saw it, I thought it was just a rebrand of and reskin of the Battlefront engine that they used. And while it is very similar to Battlefront in a lot of respects, they did add a lot of really, neat things to me. Having things like such as mud or water droplets accumulating on your gun, depending if you were crawling through mud or if it was in the map, it was raining. And it's just been a really unique experience for me. And I've been really pleasantly surprised with how it's been running on my hardware. I'm currently running an i7 4770K with 16 gigs of RAM and an EVGA 780 superclocked. And I'm getting roughly 60 FPS on high settings with 1440p. That's with filters disabled. It's been a really great experience. I was a little worried because I know my graphics card is getting a little old now, but it's been handling it really well. And I haven't had much in the forms of performance issues in that regard. All in all, Battlefield 1 was a game that pleasantly surprised me, and it kind of came out of left field for me. When it was first announced, I didn't have much interest in the game, but when the beta went live, I decided to give it a try and was almost immediately hooked. Even though in the beta, for those of you that did play it, there was a lot of bugs and issues and glitches that were going on. But I decided to give it a shot, and I bought it on release, and I've been having nothing but fun with it. So if you're someone who really likes FPS games and wants something that's a little bit of a change of pace from the normal, I would recommend picking it up. If you're a little unsure about it, I believe if you do the Origin Access, I think it's about $5 and you can try it for a few hours. So that way, if you don't want to just risk spending $60 on something you're not sure you're gonna like, So if you enjoyed the video, guys, please leave a like or also comment down below if you have any suggestions on how I make it better. Have a great one, guys. Take care.